What's up, guys? Mikey in the building. Gotta be a little quiet. Everyone's sleeping, you know. um, let's go. Okay. All right. Wait for a few people to hop in. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop right in. Start diving in. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. It was phenomenal. A little slow, but for me, but that's okay. IBRX, uh, TPET was another one. I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking things down, guys. Um, Again, before I can utilize this tool, I need to make sure that I am marking out any pre-existing supply and demand or marking out anything on the daily that kind of stands out. Okay. All right. So, it's nothing too complicated. Okay. Just a couple breakdown areas where things try to make highs and then they dumped. And then again over here, I'm just tapping some candles, creating some potential supply zones. All right. You can do these so many different ways. This is how I do them, right? Um, okay, even if you just tap body to body, doesn't matter. It's what you want to do to help you see price action come into these levels. Okay, and this is exactly what happens pretty much right here. This is that zone. Okay, guys. Also, shout out to a buddy of mine, Jay, inside the room, because yeah, he was on this one. You know, and then there's also the people who soak this beautiful average right here, 270s. I participated in this area. I waited, you know. I was a little late. I was watching something else and then having 290, 291s, 292s, 293s, and held pretty much until right about close. So patience does play. Patience does pay. Play. That's a good one. Cool. All right. So very important, right? Um, this is a nice continuation play, right? I'm gonna see what this one does. If it tries to gap up, potentially does something similar to MTC, but hopefully it's not a China liquidation play. Okay, hopefully bio, right? Okay, book map. All right, guys. If you see these zones, if you saw the 270s hold, you would see how in this thing when this is consolidating, right? It's very important to break this down and see what's really going on in here. Okay, not a strong appetite on the bids against an area that's a pre-existing supply area turning into potential demand. Okay, this is what you get all through right here. Okay, this thing consolidated for about an hour and 30 minutes, and then it put up a new leg. Okay, cool. It flagged right here. That's cool. And then it basically traded sideways, try to make above this previous daily supply zone, right? And this time it didn't just sell off. Okay, very important. This thing consolidated. This is also another intraday uh, supply zone turning into demand. Okay, I mark these out no matter what. I don't care if it's a small one over here, breakdown one over here. I mean, you can literally mark these out everywhere. Put one right here. Okay, this is an area where it tried to dump and it's reclaiming, and you can run this out. In fact, not this one. Rectangle 8. Okay, this is why you gotta mark them too, right? I do this everywhere. It doesn't matter anymore. It's a really great habit to get into while you're trading. Why? Because a couple things: keeps you focused, keeps you disciplined, right? It really keeps you active in the trade too, as well. Like you're staying focus and in all the right areas. Okay, this thing doesn't bounce back, but okay, it consolidates above it a little bit, but more importantly, we're above supply. All right, on the daily. All right, now we pull up the book and we start breaking things down. Okay, this is that little flag that you got right there before it actually started to make new highs. Okay, this is what a little flag potentially looks like. Let's bring this down. Okay, pop, sideways, action, puts in a new leg. It's flagging. Okay, really cool. All right, very important. Again, guys, I'm going to tell you something, right? You guys learn and master the liquidity on the book. This is the in-depth, right? Current order book. It's going to let you know where all the offers are, all your level 2 asks. Cool. Where all your level 2 bids are, right here, right? Now, when you use the level 2, okay, again, when you guys use a level 2, you have to wait until price action, or if you have an in-depth one, I'll kind of show you a more in-depth one. You know, Guardian, DAS, they have a great one. TOS is, but even then, right, you have to wait until price action starts to come up towards, say, this 290 wall. Okay, there's an offer on here where they pull it, right? Someone sitting on here did not want to get filled at 292, right? So they had 15K, and you see them start to pull it as price action, as aggressive market buyers come in and they pull the liquidity. They pull the liquidity. This is very controlled. This is an example of something or someone controlling this price action, whether it's algo, market maker, or whoever. Okay. When you guys pull up a level 2, you have to wait until things come into it, and then once it disappears, that's it. You know, it's very important, right? I don't even use this thing anymore. I glance at it every once in a while because, and in the beginning, if you saw me, I would be like, oh, look at the quad. The quad's on the tape. Yeah, it's just a big order that they can't put all in one exchange, and they, divide it by 3 or 4 for the quad. Okay. Really, really important. Really, really key. Okay. Yeah, so I don't use this thing anymore. I like to look at it to see if there's single offers or a single ask. You'll see that sometimes there's just 1,1264. Kind of stay weary of those single offers, those single bids. Okay, so that's how you can utilize this. But without this, you can never just go back, right? You can't see how they're utilizing this, right? This is another nice control. Okay, this is important because now you get to go back and see how they were utilizing the liquidity over and over and over again. This is another nice control. All right, and as you can see, they had an offer at 281. Price action starts to come into it, and they pull. They pull. Look what they're doing. They're pulling the offer liquidity and shoving it up higher. They don't want to get filled yet. Okay. So as you see 285s and 281s, look at the flip up there. All right, that's very important. All right, this control, and they're pulling it. Okay. They're pulling these offers. They don't want to get filled yet. This one actually gets, let's go look at this. This is important. Okay, this one actually, they're removing the liquidity at 290 here. All right, 17,000 shares went through, and 15,000 shares went through, and then 2,700 shares went through, all on market buys. Okay, you can see the aggression is right here. Okay, very important to see how things are being utilized when you're trading something. All right, guys, I do not scalp. I do not scalp because of situations where you think this is going to break out. You get in, and then and now you got to dump. Right? If you are a day trader and you scalp, not only do you remove the liquidity on the offer side, once this comes down, you're now removing any liquidity that is on the bid side over and over and over again. So all you're doing is helping these MMs, market makers, hey, remove this, thanks, bring it back down, consolidate, over and over and over again, right? What a beautiful control. Again, we saw something very similar to this, okay? Up here, where they start to pull, okay? It's all very important, okay? Things are going to repeat themselves, and you have to just be very patient and go find out where it's happening, okay? Guys, I'm telling you right now, I am not the smartest person, right? I dropped out of school, got a GED, that's it, you know? But my effort and how hard I work, I will outwork everyone daily. I promise you. That's the Kobe mentality. That's the mentality to have. Very humble though, genuine, help people, bring people along with you. But that's what it takes. All right. This is going to require a lot of work, a lot of staying up late, waking up early. All right. I wake up at 4. I go to bed at 2100. You know, I make sure I get some adequate sleep so I can think optimally. Very important, right? And also don't do anything that's going to prevent me to do this. Okay. This is phenomenal down here, guys, okay? You see that there's front runners staying on the book. 20K orders. Phenomenal. Again, you can't see that on the level 2 because once it goes, it goes. And all you're going to do is get this little tiny box of level 2 information. All right? Very important. All right? These guys stay on the book, and now we're going to see what's going on today. Okay? Now, where are those front runners? It's phenomenal when you got the book. All right, there's front runners sitting at 284s, 280s, and 277s all the way to 275. So this is actually spread apart. All right, so 279 and 281, 283 and 286. Okay, ideally, these things will stay on the book and things will bounce, but always remember the daily. All right, it's very important. Look where we are at on the daily. This thing had 3 strong days of continuation. Now will it pull back? I don't know. Maybe we'll do a 50% pullback and then start bouncing off intraday breakdowns and become supply or demand and then bounce to more highs. Or will it kind of set up? It's exhausted. Maybe it's exhausted. We don't know. We'll find out. Set up, do a nice 50% pullback, or just kind of do a couple days where it's pulling back, maybe setting up a daily flag or whatever. Okay, 3 bar, who knows? I don't know. We'll find out. But the best thing is guys, we don't have to guess, right? You don't have to guess anymore. That's a beautiful thing in the neighborhood, right? Okay. I don't really see a lot of too many things on watch. Maybe some hub C for potential continuation. I'll be honest with you, this book was a little, you had to play even hub C really correct, right? If you didn't, you're pretty much just getting wrecked trying to play something like this, right? Zones. Oh, I love zones. All right. If you are momentum trading this, you're probably getting stopped out. Oh, it's going to break out. Boom, boom. Oh, it's going to break out. Boom, boom. Oh, it's going to break out. Boom. Initiation. Initiation. Oh, initiation. No, don't do that. Okay? Please, stop. It's painful. Hurts. Trust me. I've done it a lot. Okay. Oh yeah, this is that example of how many downtrend breaks potential that you can look for. All right. But zones, guys. These are pre-existing zones on here. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna Carol, definitely gonna go over VSME. I already actually have that one up. Okay. Very important though to try to identify pre-existing supply and demand zones, right? And I try to utilize the book. Not try, I do utilize the book. And I try to get in areas where I have supply and demand on the chart. And that's it. All right. I will not trade anything. Look at these little games over here. This is so cool. All right, this one's very difficult if you were just trying to trade breakouts or expecting this thing just to take off on you. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. You really got to understand how the algo is trading, the best offer, the best bid. There's a spread, and they got these little things on here. Okay, hub C is actually dumping right now. Yeah, good old Hub C. Okay. Yeah, so you got to really trade these a lot different. You got to really understand the liquidity on the book, right? Over and over and over again. See how it's pushed and pulled. Okay. Is there a lot of appetite for selling? All right. When things come into key areas, are they bouncing? Nice little front runner spoof, boom, that gets pulled as price action goes higher, removing the offer liquidity. That's great. Pulls right back down, consolidates and close. Okay. VSME, oof, not bad. It's almost 7 a.m. Let's pull that one up. Why not? This one actually, yeah, this one's nice. We're about to get some 7 a.m. volume into this one, or even beforehand, right? Breaking these down. Let's go do some basic breakdown zones right here. I would have marked one right here and ran it. Why? Because this is bounced, right? It actually stopped falling down. The downtrend stopped. Okay, cool. You know, all right. And then it tried to bounce. So I just run this one. I'm not even gonna look all the way down there. It doesn't matter until I'm done with this. This is just what Mikey does. Okay. And it also keeps me away from, okay, all right, this is right here. Cool. It keeps me from FOMO buying or chasing or what am I doing? No, I don't, I know. Intrazone. I'll just put intrazone. Okay, cool. All right, what do we got? All right, nice. This consolidated, it broke down, spacing. All right, this is a pre-existing, okay? Where is this? This is right here. This is, all I do is just mark the top of this. This is a small little supply zone on the daily for Mikey, okay? I want to make sure, okay, boom. All right, then after that, this one you really had to break down, okay, into bigger time frames. I don't really see a lot of crazy selling on this one. All right, we don't know though. All right, you got to be really weary of after hour paints structure. Structure's really important. Okay, if we start getting exceeding volume, then these run ups and things start pumping out, a little bit more volume. Very similar. Okay, open bell, right? Open market. Be weary if this is the type of average volume we're getting after hours in pre-market, and the open market happens, and there's just so much millions of volume going through, no effort, no result going up. Be careful. All right. So this one's a nice one to reclaim. I see some potential absorption candles right here. So I don't really need to mark too much on this one for me, right? But now it's important to start breaking this thing down into different time zones, time frames, zones. Okay, a little 4-hour flag. That's cool. All right, let's mark down this little pocket right here in the 4-hour too, right? Let's not be blind and just say this is a huge area. Why not? Okay. And that way we just get prepared. Okay. Zoom out. Oh yeah, I already marked a whole bunch of 4-hour pockets. Okay. They're all right here. I'm just looking for breakdowns, consolidations, and seeing where they try to bounce, and then I run it. Breakdown, run it. I don't need to go all the way down here for Mikey. Now you can. And you got this whole area. That's fine, right? Then I utilize the book and see how things are trading as they come into it. Okay. All right. Not a lot of. Okay. Yeah. Appetite yet. All right. And then zoom out. See the whole overall context. We need to probably pull up some previous data. Let that load. Boom. Okay. Check the 2-hour real quick. Anything standing out? Uh, you know, definitely mark this one out as some demand for sure. Switch this to a little green color, right? Demand, green, supply, red. Why not? Okay. Yeah, see, you can mark this whole thing. Now we'll have this whole box be green. I don't really like to do that. It's all preference. It's all what you want to do to help you out. Yeah, okay. This is matching with an area. I always like to look at my zones, have my crosshair on my chart. All right, and then and just because I mark a zone right here doesn't mean I'm looking left. Okay. Jason GRTX halted for FDA news. Okay. All right, cool. I'll be hopping in voice with them in a few minutes. All right, cool. I'm gonna do that right now, actually. All right. I'll keep these on watch. Um, I'll be watching, spec again. See if they got some continuation on the daily. Why not? I won't trade this though unless it's comfortable. All right, let's see if this tries to continue on this one. Not a lot of volume though, but it's not breaking down. All right, see if the book has some good bidders and front runners and an appetite for buyers on that one. All right, T-Pet was a nice one. I'll review that one later though. Hub C, IBRX potential. I got both feeds up, the Omni one and on the DX feed just in case. I always pull up Omni feed if the ones that are really interested in trading because I want to see the bigger exchanges. It's optional. Okay, but I like to be ahead of everyone as much as I can. Okay, yeah, okay, Hub C pulled back and actually bounced pretty hard and they threw up some bidders. Interesting. Zoom out. Nice. Okay, yeah. Any pullbacks into pre-existing areas, pre-existing, right? These are areas of interest that were either pulled or they were bought. Okay, I like to see the ones that were actually bought rather than pulled. Okay, when there's a buyer stepping in and removing the liquidity, and then I want to see it be protected potentially, right? You're gonna have to really come up with a lot of things on your own. All right,